Hey everyone, welcome back to season 2 of Buckets and Bombs on the Players Lounge. I'm Sarah Puckett.
And I'm Zeta Pooney. And I have my teammates here with me, Gabby Leach, Laura Mueller, and McKenna Gibson.
Woo!
Yes, I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, so softball season is very fastly approaching. We have 2 All-SEC honorees for preseason here with us, Zeta and McKenna. So we're going to start with that first. So just tell me first, like, how y'all found that out and what are y'all's goals to build on that for the season?
I know I found out after, I think it was after practice, and I went on social media and I was like, oh, Lady Ball Softball tagged you in this. And I was like, what host are you tagging me in? Because I'm not even on the field right now, but that's how I found out.
Yeah, okay. I just saw it like on an Instagram post, same thing, like tagged. I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, it's super cool. Obviously, like that's kind of gonna be like a goal pusher for me, just like kind of continue what I've been doing and just kind of have another goal to strive for and hopefully get All-American again. But I think it's just really cool to have that accolade and that honoree. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, congrats to y'all. So do you want to talk about your goal specifically for the season?
I think my main goal right now is just getting my shoulder back to normal. I mean, not normal, but like in the position to where I'm going to be able to be a part of the team and just succeed through season. But I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the stuff that we like even us being ranked high in the poll, like especially the locker room talk. We don't, obviously we see it, we acknowledge it, but we just keep working and do what we do.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Gabby, you're a freshman.
Yes.
Welcome to Tennessee, first of all. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. But so tell me what it's been like adjusting to college softball. That could be like practices, preseason that you're going through now, and just what is your goal for the season?
Okay, well, I have had the privilege to have 2 older sisters that have gone through college softball, so I feel like with mentally preparing for it, I felt good because they obviously told me like what to expect and like helped me through the process of getting here. And so I think just stepping on the field, I mean, it's totally different than anything, but like you learn quickly and like you have the older teammates to help you out. So I feel like that process was very easy and it's been fun with my other 2 freshmen. So it's been good. A goal for me is just probably like see the field. I'd love to do that as a freshman. I mean, that should be everybody's goal as a freshman. But obviously just finding ways to impact the team and help them out. So anything I can do to help the team out. So
yeah. Well, I mean, those are great goals, especially as a freshman. Okay, Laura, you're a different perspective, right? You're a transfer from MTSU. So tell me about how it's been different from being there to here. And just, being in the SEC now.
It's a lot different, honestly. Like, I mean, everybody's like, oh, it's D1, you're playing softball, it's the same thing. But I was just not expecting to do as much as when I got here. But it wasn't necessarily hard because, like she said, like the teammates and stuff, they're always there for you. So if I ever had a question or anything like that, it wasn't anything to ask, and they're always willing to give me feedback with that.
Yeah, great. Okay, so I know you mentioned something about like the leaders on the team, and y'all can all answer this. So you have Riley West, Kiki Malloy, and then who are your other like leaders of the team? I would say like older.
Yeah. I would say McKenna. Yes, Zeta. Obviously, I know you haven't been playing with us, but you're still there.
Yeah. So how have they, I guess, helped y'all come in just very easily, the transition be smooth, but also to y'all, how do y'all see like Kiki and Riley, as their last season building on to what they've, left for y'all, I guess?
I think for me, like Kiki is just always going to be that person that you kind of look up to in every aspect because she's just like so athletic. She's just a great leader. She knows how to present herself well with a team. So for me, I've always just like looked up to her, and even though that we are kind of on like that equal level of like leadership, I still look to her of like, oh, what can I do better with my leadership style? And same thing with Riley, like even this, just from like the change from last year to this year, you could see how much growth she has in her leadership and like how much she talks more and wants to build her relationships with teammates. So I think that's very like modeling for me as well, because even though I am a junior, like I still could be better at those things. So I think it's really helpful to see both of them right there next to me and kind of like guiding me along in the same way.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think what's good about like our leadership council group is that, like McKenna said, we learn from each other. And obviously there's different leadership styles, so each one of us, we're different in how we approach our teammates and how we are on the field. But like McKenna said, it's just great that we were able to learn from each other. We even learn from our teammates, but that just having each other, and even like if like one of our teammates doesn't agree with us, they can like chime in and explain it better than we explain it to them. So I think that's what I appreciate in our leadership council group. For sure.
Do you have anything you want to add? You don't have to.
I think it's just funny to see all their different personalities when it comes to leading. So, like, Kiki's very much like, she's just very stern with it. She's going to tell you exactly what you need to do when you need to do it. But, like, I've never played third base before, and I've been over there, and Zeta's helped me the entire time, but I don't feel like anybody sees it because she's not yelling at me to do something different. She just walks over there and kind of whispers to me to do something different.
She literally just, like, creeps up on you, just like, hey, do this.
And then, like, Riley, she's just very like encouraging with it, where Boo is like, she stops everybody, she talks you through everything. So it's just very cool to see how different all of their leadership skills are.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah. Ditto.
What did she say? Laura, you're from Chapel Hill, Tennessee,
Yeah.
and it's a very small town.
Yeah.
So like, was it different just being around so many people here?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing we have in Chapel Hill is their tractor pool, where like all kinds of people come and they literally pull a trailer with tractors. So,
I was
like,
going to ask what that was.
yeah, so like, come in here, there's people everywhere you go, and like at home you have to drive an hour to do literally anything, and like there's so much stuff to do here, and it's so much fun.
That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
And you're from Woodlands, Texas.
The Woodlands.
Okay, the Woodlands, Texas.
Yeah. It's a pretty big city. So, I mean, I feel like, and I went to a very big high school, so I'm used to the very big classes of people. So that wasn't a big change for me, I feel like. But definitely different from Texas. Tennessee is very different. I've got to get used to the cold weather here. It hit me like out of nowhere when it snowed. I was like,
Yeah. I can't believe how much it snowed.
Yeah, I had so much fun in the snow. Like, literally every day, me and my roommates were, like, planning, and we're like, okay, we're gonna have lunch, then we're gonna go put our snow clothes on, and we're gonna go outside and, like, sled and have a snowball fight. Like, it was so much fun.
See, I only enjoyed the snow the first 10 minutes. And
What?
The first 10 minutes.
Yes, because then when we were driving to practice, my car slid. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm done
Yeah.
with the snow.
yeah.
And you have a small car,
Yeah.
so that didn't help.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
See, Texas, it's like, when it snows, it's like ice. It's not actually snow. So this was like the first time I've seen like snow falling, fluffy snow. I was like, I loved it.
What factors in your childhood played in your dedication to this sport?
I think for me, a major factor, honestly, was like both my parents growing up playing softball and baseball. So it was like kind of just, it had to happen, like with me and my siblings. So like Dad was always working out with us. I was in there with his cages, watching him do pitching lessons, hitting lessons with a bunch of people. And I was like 4 years old, and I saw him doing a pitching lesson with one of the softball players, and I was like, Dad, I want to do that. And he's like, all right, your 6th birthday, like we'll start doing lessons and stuff and working out. I was like, okay. Day of my 6th birthday, we went out to the field, started doing a bunch of stuff. But I think like just kind of having him and like him being my coach for so long, and just his dedication through baseball throughout his career, like that has been instilled in me, and I think that's been like a major role of it. And honestly, you put so much time and effort into a sport itself, so like I don't see really a point in putting all that time and effort into something and then quitting it just because. So like I think that's just, that dedication's kind of just formed overall and obviously got me here, so really proud of that. But just a lot of that dedication has been through just learning from parents and seeing what other people have been doing.
Yeah, I think mine's kind of the same. Like, my whole entire family played sports, and then I have a brother that's almost 2 years older than me. So whenever he started playing t-ball, I would just kind of run out there and practice with him. And I just loved it so much. And then after that, like, it was just nonstop on the go. And, like, I was very fortunate to have a family that sacrificed a lot for me to be able to accomplish my dreams and to get here. So for that, I'm very thankful. But, yeah, I really just loved it. It was just so fun for me.
Aww. Mine, well, I practically grew up on a softball field, I feel like. So, because my older sisters were playing. And so I don't even know, probably age 4, I mean, me and Alana were, like, thrown into, and we had gloves all the time, playing all the time at Aubrey and Kelsey's games. So I feel like we just, like, grew up, and I never even tried any other sport. Like, softball was just it. So, like, it just became a thing that, like, our family was doing it, and so we fell in love with it, and so I just kept on doing it. And then when my sisters went off to college and they told me about their experiences and how much softball, like, gave to them, I just figured that's what I wanted to do. And, like, I feel like that was my only choice. Like, I really wanted to go to college and play, so that was
And if you guys didn't know, Gabby here is the younger sister of Kelsey and Aubrey Leach, and they both played here as well. So, like, yeah.
That's cool.
So it literally runs in the family. The Tennessee, softball,
blood.
That's
family
fun.
thing.
Okay, I have a question. So, in y'all's hometowns, and you can answer this too, Zeta, like, was softball very encouraged? Like, did it have a big platform? Did y'all help that platform in where you're from? Like, help it grow? Like, what did it look like for y'all? Because I know for me, like, basketball, like, it was football then basketball where I was from. And so I kind of contributed to the women's side of basketball for my area along with some others. And so I just kind of want to see what it was like for softball.
Well, McKenna and I are from California, and I think softball is pretty big out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty big sport.
Yeah.
With like travel ball and
then
stuff like that.
There was always like the national championship game was always in California in Irvine.
Yeah.
I actually beat McKenna's, or my team beat McKenna's team. In like
It's 12U, the 12U
12U.
national championship.
Oh, wow.
I will
Yeah.
forever
Back.
replay that one play to where we lost. I was like,
Yeah, but I mean, I know softball is growing a lot. I mean, we're all athletes, so just like the little girls that look up to us, it's just like we're always it's bigger than the game.
yeah.
And just being able to give back to our community, it means so much more.
Yeah.
I feel like Texas is also big on softball, I feel like, too. So, and our high school was a pretty good team. Like, when my sisters were there, they went to state, I think, almost every year when they were there. But they were pretty good. So, when we got there, we never made it to state, but we were still very good. But, yeah, I feel like it was pretty big there, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think in my hometown, so, like, I know a lot of people, like, high schools, they're always like, oh, high school softball isn't that great, but I was pulled up as an 8th grader, and we got runner-up in state to Ashley Rogers in Meigs County over
Oh
there.
my gosh.
She put us out in the state tournament, and then my high school, we won 2 state tournaments whenever I was there, so, like, it was, and then I think there was 9 of us my senior year, and 8 out of the 9 of us went to play college somewhere, so it was pretty big in my hometown.
Dang.
That is.
That was nice.
Cool.
So were you like a 2-time something outfielder or something?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, talk about it.
extra
on,
inning. No, yeah. I'd have to. I don't know the specific thing of it, but yes, extra innings did rank me and my twin. How that happens, we were the same. I don't know, but yes, that was a very cool experience. And then I ended up getting to go play for the PGF All-American game this past summer in California, so that was a pretty cool experience, playing against really high-level softball players that I'll see again, so yeah. That was fun.
Cool.
Okay, we're gonna play a game called Would You Rather.
Okay.
Okay. First question. It's a weird one, but would you rather?
Wait, you memorized all the questions?
No, I remembered one. Would you rather only have 7 toes or 7 fingers?
7 toes. I think I need my
7
hands more
yeah,
than I need.
I had to look at my hands like, hold on.
I think
I need all these.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self?
Future.
I would say future.
Future.
Yeah, I
Just-
think that'd be cool.
For me, like, I would love to have a plan, like a set plan of like
Yeah, me
what
too.
my life is like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I am not in that space right now, so it's like kind of stressing me out. So if I could just have a conversation with my future self, of like, hey girl, what's going on here? Like, where are we
Like,
at?
are we good?
Agreed.
That's funny. Okay. Would you rather live in a world without music or without movies?
Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna say music.
Oh, I'm gonna say movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna say movies too.
What's yours, Gabby?
Music.
I think
I
I just
think I like
love. I think I
movies.
love movies too much.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle. Like, I can't decide.
I mean, yeah, it's a really
because
tough
if
decision.
movies are out, I still have TV shows.
That's what I was
Exactly.
thinking.
But then it's not a movie.
I didn't think about that
I didn't either. I think I watch more TV shows than I do movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna still stick with movies.
Okay. Wait, you mean music?
I mean music, yeah.
Would you rather give up breakfast or dinner?
Oh,
Dinner.
Dinner.
Are you serious?
She said,
morning.
I love breakfast.
I love
This is
breakfast.
my
Like,
favorite
no
thing.
matter what time I get up, like my first meal of the day is going to be breakfast. Like something about
Okay.
breakfast foods, it's just
See, I think,
But you can eat breakfast foods at dinner.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think I might give up breakfast.
So then why would you not just
Yeah.
give up breakfast?
I'm giving up breakfast.
like I
Breakfast for dinner is good.
because then you can just like then at dinner it doesn't matter if you have it breakfast for dinner. Like it's just eating
Okay.
breakfast twice.
Good job.
Okay. Would you rather forget the worst moment of your life or remember the best moment of your life?
Ooh. I feel like I've had a lot of bad moments in my life. I think I'm just gonna forget all of that.
yeah, I'd probably have to go with
Yeah.
that too.
Laura?
Yeah, forget my worst moment.
I'd say forget my worst.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do.
I'm just gonna, yeah. Mm-mm.
I think I would forget the worst moment because, I mean, there's been really good moments.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
okay. Well, that's all I have. That's the only one's on there.
Okay. Now I have a question.
Oh, God.
Would you rather want the 49ers to win or the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with you, girl. I'm gonna say 49ers.
Yeah, I was
All
gonna
right,
say,
Laura.
'cause you live closer to San Francisco than I do.
Tiebreaker,
think.
Laura.
I think I have to agree with the 49ers. The Chiefs have just been, I don't know. They're just talked about so much. I'm just kind of
Shout out to them.
No.
Who's your favorite player?
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
That is funny.
Yeah, who's your favorite player?
Who's that?
Honestly, I know I'm wearing a Kittle jersey.
Oh.
Big fan of him. He catches balls great, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Nick. I think I'm gonna have to go with Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
I have to go with Nick
Yeah.
Bosa.
Oh yeah.
He's just always
Beautiful.
somebody. He's like
He is
somewhere
he
on
is
the
like
field.
him, but like
He had
he's-
like 3 sacks last night, or maybe 2. That man is just great. But McCaffrey too, like you can't forget about him. He will run through bricks to get to that touchdown, get to that end zone. You know what? All of them are my favorite players. Every single one of them.
someone get her to that game right now.
That's funny.
So, it was a really big night a couple nights ago, Neelan. We had that Lady Vol booster event. I know for me it was super fun. I know Terry just does so much for us, and I think we're just so blessed to have her, someone who believes in women's sports and just having her there and just there and her being there for us, it means a lot. But do you guys want to talk about that night?
Yeah, I think it was just really cool seeing all the different donors and sponsors come out and being able to have a conversation with them, you know, because, like, a lot of this stuff, like, the Lady Vol Booster Club is built for us, but it's because of them. So, like, it's really cool to kind of just being able to engage with them and talk with them and just kind of get to know them a little bit, because the Booster Club wouldn't be happening and we wouldn't have all the opportunities through the Booster Club if it wasn't for them. So I had a lot of fun getting to know them, talk with them for a little bit, and just chatting about everything that the Booster Club does for us. And so it was a really fun night.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said about the boosters, but I think it's just so cool to see all the athletes in one place, because we all have such busy schedules, and then everybody comes together for like big events like that. And I think it really shows that like we all stick together, because we're women's sports. So I think that's cool.
So I know you guys just had We Back Pat night a couple games ago.
It was 2 games ago against Vanderbilt. So we got to wear, it was still white jerseys, and then it had like a little purple accent for Pat, and then it had Summit on the back instead of our last names. And so it's really cool to be able to wear that, you know, like it's her name on the back of my jersey.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool in my opinion. But we just got to honor her in, you know, the game that she loved and that she, you know, built a legacy for. And I mean, we went out there and it was against Vanderbilt, so it was our in-state rival. And it was just really fun to be able to be with my teammates in that moment, because it was also Coach Kelly's like 100th win here at Tennessee. So I thought that was really cool for her to be able to do on the We Back Pat game. And yeah, I mean, she's done so much for our program specifically, and I know women's sports as a whole, but to be able to honor her, like, for the team that she, like, the basketball team, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little different. I just take more pride to it, because, like, I would have loved to play for her.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of my way of, like, giving back to her and what she's done for the game, because it is something that's really special.
Yeah. I mean, I know how much she meant to this program and to your coach, and I'm pretty sure it was emotional for her that night. But
yeah, she said, so during the game they played whenever Pat sang Rocky Top at a men's game.
Is that when she was like on the ladder?
Yes.
Yes.
And so it played during like one of our timeouts. And so whenever they put Pat on there and like Kelly hears her talking, or in that instance singing, like she always gets chill bumps, and I immediately looked at her arm, chill bumps.
That's crazy.
Like that's like she constantly, like, when that happens, like she always has chill bumps, and it's crazy because that's how big of an impact like Pat left on her specifically. And now she's kind of telling us stories, and we get to see Pat through her sometimes, so it's cool.
I know for us, our coach Karen, she talks a lot about Pat. I remember my visit here, her first story was about Pat.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
I think it was Karen and Ralph. They were coaching at Chattanooga, and they came. They were meeting with Joan Cronin here at the university. Like they wanted to hire them for their job now, and the first person that they met or that opened their car door was Pat Summit.
Wow.
So our coaches will tell us. I mean, Karen will tell us stories about Pat, and I like just hearing what she has to say about her. I just know how much of an impact she's had on the program and women's sports. But like even I saw LSU is wearing Pat's, like one of Pat's shirts that says "We Back Pat." So it's pretty cool that all like the SEC program does it. So Sarah, obviously you guys, I wouldn't say struggling, but you guys are just going through adversity like every other sports teams does. What's really the talk that the leaders are just giving your teammates, the younger girls on the team?
Yeah, well, our team is kind of like y'all's. We have many different personalities within our leaders, and so it's different what each person, I guess, is saying. Like, basically the overall message to the team is just like we got to keep our heads up, you know, because everybody is going to be coming for us. Like, we're the University of Tennessee, and we know that. We play with a chip on our shoulder, and now, you know, it's bigger every night. You know, it seems like everybody's playing their best game against us, so now we've just got to bring it to the table and play our best game every single night. And that's really hard to do, but I mean, that's a standard here. And so we've just got to lock in and, you know, come together as a team and just do that, because we're very capable of doing that. We have all the pieces we need. Now we just got to put it together and just go out there and play basketball.
Yeah.
No, it's not very complex. It's just we're in over our heads a little bit, and just we got to sit back and just relax instead of being on our heels playing, and just, you know, let whatever comes to us, just let it come and take it on.
I know for us last season, there was like 1 month where we were just like struggling so hard. And I don't know, I can't remember what we did to fix it.
We just had a lot of conversations of, like, because I feel like we put so much, like you said, you put so much pressure on yourself as a team as it is, and the game of softball, like, it's not that complex, and the game is going to reward you for playing it the right way. And so I think we had a lot of talk about just playing for the person that's left and right of you, playing for your teammates, and just going out there and having fun. Like, we talked a lot about, you know, playing for that little girl that wanted to start playing softball in the first place, and how much fun you remember her having. So I think that message being constantly talked about, like, it wasn't just like a one-time thing and then we're like, all right, we got it. Like, we constantly talked about that in team meetings, in the locker room, just with each other one-on-one. And I think that helped a lot for us, of just going out there, like, forgetting what the results of the game was going to be, and just be happy and play with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really, now I'm remembering. I feel like it was so long ago, but yes, I remember the weekend, but.
Okay. All right. So this is a question for basically y'all two. So with the season coming up, classes, like, I know it's probably a lot for you, and then it's a lot different than what you've dealt with before during the season. So tell me how y'all plan on going about that, and just like time management maybe. And then also, wait, tell me your majors first, because I want to know that.
Okay, well, this past fall, I was a biological science major, because I wanted to do pre-dental, go into dental school eventually. But, you know, I had a little change of heart this past Christmas break. I'm in business now. But, you know, I mean, it was like, coming in, it was a lot at one time, kind of. So it took a while to figure it out, but, like, I had help from all the tutors, mentors. They definitely help you out. So I wasn't too stressed about that. But I'll say, like, this spring will probably be, like, now that I know how to manage my time better, like, I have a little lighter load now that it's springtime and we're playing. I feel like I'm gonna be fine. But, the traveling's definitely gonna be something new that I'm gonna have to work with. But definitely feel like I got a lot of support behind me.
You do?
Yeah. And I have people that's gone through half the classes I've already done, so.
And then my major is sociology, but my concentration is criminology and criminal justice, because I want to go to law school after this. And then as far as like the schoolwork, I kind of made it where I had more online classes. So I only have 2 in-person classes, and they're not really that bad.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I have 1 in person this
Oh,
semester.
wow.
The rest are online.
What's your major, McKenna?
I'm a sociology major with a criminal justice concentration also. I'm minoring in psychology. So I think that's kind of like a bigger aspect right now for what I want to hopefully eventually do. Because I think I'm in a child development class and a child psychopathologies class. And just already like basically going over the syllabus, I was like, dang, I'm really interested in this. So I think I kind of stick with like the law track, but kind of work more with cases of children and like child abuse and things like that, because those no child should ever be in that situation, no person should ever be in that situation. So I think being able to help them in any aspect, whether that's get them out of their situation completely or just be one more person that they can talk to about it to make them feel safe and comfortable, then that's eventually what I'm leaning towards, but you never know.
And Zeta, what's yours?
Mine's just journalism.
Journalism.
I think I want to be a sports broadcaster, but
I
I
knew
want to
you'd
be
say
like,
that.
I want to be the funny one, not like the
Yeah.
one that just
Yeah.
that's serious, but like we'll throw in a joke or something. Because I think I'm pretty funny.
I agree.
Thank you.
I
You are?
agree.
Yeah, my minor is like hospitality and tourism management.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
that's an interesting.
Interesting,
I've never
right?
heard of that.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I've never heard of that. I'm sorry.
Forget it. It's okay. Okay, last one. What's your major?
Mine's kinesiology, and then I'm a business minor, so I want to go to PT school after this. 3 more rigorous years, but it's okay. That's what I want to do. So, and then I want to own my own business. I want to own my own practice, be my own boss. That's my end goal.
Sarah actually helped me through rehab,
I sure did.
so
Led her through a little PT session.
well. Thank you guys for coming.
Yes,
on
thank you.
Episode
Thank
1
you.
of season 2.
Yay!
Yay! So excited for you guys.
Thank you for joining us on the Players Lounge. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and ask us any questions that you have for us and who you want to see on the show. And as always, go Lady Vols.
Go Lady Vols!
Yeah.